Right then, hello and welcome back to Forza Motorsport 2, about to crack on with the penultimate endurance race of the career, which is the Sunset Peninsula Grand Prix. We have jumped into the number 43 McLaren F1, the FINA-sponsored McLaren. As you can hear, my voice is still pretty croaky. I'm still quite sick, not as bad as I was at the start of the week though. So I should be able to get through this race with no problem at all. Being an endurance race, I won't be talking as much, so it'll give my voice a little bit of a chance to rest. But yeah, anyway. We're going to go and see how well we get on. It's going to be a 40-lap endurance around at the Sunset Peninsula infield. We could win the number 18 Super GT NSX, which is the green one, which is one that looks like the Jaguar F1 machine. And it's going to be 260,000 credits, the base credits, not including the difficulty and rarity bonuses as well. So yeah, hopefully we will be able to win this one without any issues. Fingers crossed, but we'll see. Now, I had already attempted this race already with the Porsche, but unfortunately, that car just wasn't very good at handling, so I decided to opt for the McLaren. We'll be starting 8th. On pole positions, Beretta in the number 4 Corvette, the Nissan R390 by Kageyama in 2nd, Conrad in the number 2 Celine, Ramos in the number 11 Celine, Alan McNish in the Porsche GT1, which is what I tried to do this race with before, Hazeman in the Zonda GR, and then you got Raffanel in the other McLaren as well, my teammate in car number 41. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, and someone's already had a massive clout. That's the Nissan. Oh, you're going way too slow, Beretta. Get out of the way. There we go. No damage whatsoever. They're drafting each other though, so they'll pull back a little bit, but not quick enough because they always slow down for turn 1. So our tyre should last until around about lap 12. So it's definitely going to be a 3-stop strategy. Hopefully, if we can try and pull out enough of a lead during each of the stops, we might be able to keep the lead by the 3rd stop, hopefully. And we are pulling away from Beretta, Ramos and Conrad, so this is looking very promising. Starting at lap 3. This car is a little bit slidey on the rear end, but that is because I've lowered the downforce on the rear, just to reduce some of the drag on the start-finish straight. But in turn, that means that we're going to have a bit of a oversteery machine. However, it seems to be working in our favour at the moment. Good lap time as well, 1:19.777. And they are slowly falling back. So yeah, we are awfully close now to the end of this game. Only 5 more episodes after this one. And then that'll be series done. And then I'll probably do what I usually do when I complete these games on the main and second channel, is put on eBay for someone else to play with. So if you do use eBay, keep your eyes open. You may actually buy my copy of Forza 2. Who knows? Looks like I'm going to be getting rid of my lucky 7s in the lap times. Yep, 379. The handling of this McLaren is really quite strange. It feels like the suspension is really soft. Like the rear end is really being pushed down because you get a lot of slip on the front, especially going around flat out corners. It's like the car wants to lift off at the front end. It's really weird. Or it has way too much body roll or something, I don't know. Might be due to the downforce setup I got on there, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, you could see there, perfect example of what I mean by the soft suspension feeling of the car. Is going around turn 1, the car was doing that like weird bounce, like it was turning, then straightening up, turning, straightening up. I'm not actually doing that, I'm turning, you know, normally. But the car just doesn't seem to want to cooperate going around fast corners for whatever reason. So again, it could be because of the downforce setup, or it could be because of the suspension, I'm not sure. This car just feels like it has way too much body roll, and the front end is always trying to lift off going around corners. I see that the rear left is already starting to take a beating. So yeah, again, lap 11, lap 10, 11 is where the tires usually start going off. But at the moment, they're absolutely fine. So I'm actually going to go into the pits now and get my stop over and done with early. And then we will also be 1/4 of the way through the race. So dive in. And there we go. The first of 3 stops. Bretta's going to get past us, Conrad and Ramos. We are going to lose the lead, but it's only going to be very temporary. Now this pit lane as well is really quite stupid. The car really struggles to get out of the pit box. And if you're coming up on AI that are already pitting, they will go right across the track on the pit exit. And it can be a little bit troublesome if you're flying through turn 1 flat out. And a car is swerving all over the middle of the track. It's a little bit weird. So the AI is a little bit broken when it comes to the pit exit of the track. And Kageyama, with his damaged Nissan, is way back in 8th place. So I don't need the graphic up anymore. I know that every 10 laps we can go in. And again, we are 1/4 of the way through the race. There's old Alan McNish in the Porsche GT1. Oh, he was defending the inside line. Cheeky swine. No, he's going to turn in on me, so I'm not going to risk it. I want to try and keep my car as pristine as possible. Or he could just slam on the brakes and brake check me. That's great. This is where it's going to get dicey. I don't want to cause any damage to my car, but trying to pass these dweebs on this part of the track is going to be very risky. And he's defending the inside line again. Bugger off, McNish. Don't turn into me either. You absolute bastard. I don't think that's done too much damage. I think that was just a glancing blow. So I shouldn't get a damage penalty for that at the end. But we'll see. Again, this game is rather inconsistent when it comes to either time penalties or damage penalties. Alright, he's gone in. Don't want to follow too close either going into turn 1, otherwise it will take the air off the front of my car. And I will understeer off into the wall. So I just need to be calm. Oh. No damage, no damage, no damage. Get out of the way. I was certain I was actually going to get some damage on the front of the car then, but no, we got lucky on that one. And the others have gone in as well. Cool, so we retake the lead on lap 15. So, by my reckoning then, we should keep the lead once we make our second pit stop, because the other two need to go in, which is Hazeman and McNish. So, they will drop right back, and we're already 2,000 meters ahead of Conrad, so yeah, that is plenty of time for us to make our second and third stops and keep the lead. So, yeah, this is going to be hopefully an easy victory for us, if I don't jinx myself. Alright, 2 more laps to go and then we'll go in for our second stop. And with everyone so far back, we will keep the lead, which is good. Right, so our tires should start going yellow by the end of this lap. Especially the rear left, which is the first one to go, usually. Yep, there he goes. Right on cue. Start lap 10 of our stint, and starting to go yellow. So again, as I've mentioned before, the tyre degradation is scripted. It doesn't matter what tyre compound you use, they will always go off at round about the same time. The AIs, they don't. They usually go off around about 5 laps after yours do. It doesn't matter if you drive really carefully or if you're conservative with your tyres, they will still degrade at the exact same rate. So there we go then. We're going to go and make our second stop. And we'll be 2/4 of the way through the race. So that's gone rather quickly. And we should, again, keep the lead as well when we come back out of the pits. Top 4 remains unchanged. Conrad, Beretta and Ramos. Glug, glug, glug goes the fuel. 4 new boots. And we are back out with 500 meters to spare as Kageyama slowly drives past in his damaged Nissan. So with Kageyama having a damaged machine, it's not going to take long for us to catch up to him and to re-lap him. Hopefully he just gets out of the way and stays out of the way. It doesn't crowd our lines and causes any damage. I'm actually surprised he's still got his rear wing on. I thought that would have been ripped off by the massive thump he had at the start. No, I am not risking that. I'm not going to go side by side going through turn 1. That would be suicide. Oh. Kageyama's going to test my patience, I think. Unless I can late brake. Which didn't work, but... no, we'll get him going through this corner instead. Cool. Thank you, Mr. Kageyama-san. You're a lap down, bugger off. That's one thing I can't stand during online racing as well, is that if you're coming up to lap someone, they then try and race you for what they think is position. It's like, no, I've lapped you. Bugger off. You're not in this race, so kindly go elsewhere. And 9 times out of 10, they'll crash into you because they're trying to make a stupid overtaking pass. That happened during the AMS2 race at Watkins Glen, the one that was posted a couple of years ago. It's in a Porsche 911, I think, and I'd already lapped him. He got caught up in an incident at the start of the race, so I lapped him ages ago. And you can see during the replay footage that he was slowly creeping back onto my rear, even though he was a lap down, and then he tried diving for a late brake maneuver. It's like, what the bloody hell are you trying to prove by unlapping yourself? It's stupid. If you have an opportunity to unlap yourself safely, and if we know you're faster, then we will get out of your way. Until then, just keep your position and stop being stupid. Bollocks. I thought I was going to be on for another fastest lap time then. Well, I'll get it on the next lap. Okay, lap 30. Next lap will be our third scheduled stop. And then that'll be just a nice clean run to the end, I hope. I'll go in on the next lap because I'm on course for another new fastest lap time, which should be in the 1:18s, so I'll go in next time. Oh, son, how did I lose 0.6 of a second in one corner? That's bullshit. Oh well. That was a waste of a lap. At least I did get a new fastest lap time though, which is 19:3:06. So not all doom and gloom, I suppose. Try and get it into the 118s though before the end of the race. Yeah, tires are going off. Oh yeah, they're going off big time. So we're now also 3/4 of the way through the race. And it'd just be a short sprint to the end. Going around. Cool. That was weird, the front of the car just locked completely then. Probably on the dirty side of the track, that's all. What I find really odd is that I was 6/10 up on that previous lap time before losing it on the start-finish straight, and now I can't even get into the greens with the lap times, or the split times. No, definitely looks like a 19.306 is all we're going to get. Just cannot get the time around the corners. Oh well, unfortunate, but at least we're going to get the victory, which is the main thing. And final lap. I was actually up on the split times as well, but nope. Oh well. Not a problem. So, there we go. The penultimate endurance race is complete, and we get yet another victory. And hopefully we won't get any damage penalty either, because the damage that we do have is rather negligible. There we go. Hey! Oh, I got a hard charger. What is that? Oh, it's from starting at the back. Yeah, word to the driver who starts in 8th place and comes in 1st. Oh, I thought I already had that, but oh well. Doesn't really matter. That's like one of the first achievements you get, usually. So yeah, we win then with a 119.306 to a 121.037. Well, what? So that tiny little bit of damage was 13 grand's worth. I call bullshit on that. Because I got no damage till we crossed the start-finish line before I hit the wall when I'd done the handbrake turn, but yeah, a tiny little bit of damage on the side of the car. 13 grand. That's what I said, this game is rather inconsistent at times with its time penalties and the damage penalties that you receive as well. Because sometimes you have a hefty knock on like the front or the rear of your car and you get nothing. It's really weird. Anyway, we get the number 18 Takata Dome NSX and we get another 130,000 for winning. And it's a very nice livery. Green and white. Lovely. Right then. So, next time is going to be back to the professional series and finishing off the last group of 4 races here. So we have the Class R3 World Trophy, the Legends World Trophy, the World Trophy of the R2 class, and then of course the R1 class. So yeah, we got 4 more to do, and then a last endurance race, and that'll be Forza Motorsport 2 complete. So I'm going to leave it here for now. Thank you very much for watching, as always, and I will see you next time, where hopefully I won't sound as sick. So take care, stay safe, and bye for now.